Okay, focusing on the Premier League, week 7 of the season. Nick Mendola, Liverpool against Manchester City. That's the headline event. Let's get straight into that. What a game at Anfield. I'm going. I just got my credentials in, so I'm going to Anfield
Oh,
this weekend. Cannot wait to be there. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere. Always is when these two square off in recent seasons. That rivalry has just been growing and growing. Man City usually don't do well at Anfield either historically, so usually that creates an even better atmosphere. I think on the day Liverpool fans turn up and think, "Yeah, we're going to win again. This is easy." But this will not be easy, right? I mean, we saw how well Man City played against Chelsea and won, how well they played against PSG, didn't win. This is going to be a tight game, and I just maybe worry for Man City that they've had those three big games, almost the three biggest games of the season in many ways, wedged into a week. How are they going to come out? There hasn't been a lot of rotation in that lineup, has there, this week? So,
no.
what do you think heading into this game? Because this is an absolute beauty of a game in the Premier League.
I think a draw is a win for Man City and a draw is a loss for Liverpool. I
Okay.
really do. We've talked a lot, and I know it's been my narrative, so I apologize, but these head to head games are very, very important. It's your chance to affect the title race and affect a direct rival. I think Liverpool looks phenomenal right now. I think Man City looks phenomenal. Again, if you watch that PSG game and the score bug wasn't up in the corner of your screen, and I told you, we're going to take the goals out of this video highlight. And I said, by the way, it finished 4-1 to Man City. You'd be like, okay, yeah, okay, because they were that good. And we've talked about this. And I think Pep is getting over, and he'll get me with this, by the way. I think he's getting over his too much tinkering mentality. We're seeing more Laporte. We're seeing De Bruyne as often as he can put him out there. We're seeing Rodri. Those are three of the best players in the world. Three of the best players in the world. And that's not even accounting for Ruben Diaz, who I honestly think, Joe, he's been better this year than he was last year when we were talking about how good he was. He
Yeah.
might be. Van Dijk is growing back into himself, but it might be between them and Ramos, who we haven't seen in a while, for the best center backs in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
Ruben Diaz is a monster. And I
He's
feel
very
like
good.
because he's on Man City and they spend so much, do we give him short shrift? Do we? I think he's that good. I think he's that
Yeah.
good. I think, yeah, go
He
ahead.
relishes being the captain as well. I mean, I was at Chelsea Man City last weekend. He had the captain's armband on, and he just stood tall and like took on the mantle. And he loves playing the role of leader there. And you're right. I mean, he's key. He's going to have to be really good. The entire Man City defense is going to have to be really good to shut down Liverpool because they've been on fire in midweek against Porto. Smashed in, another couple each for Salah and Mane, who've been sensational at the start of the season. And yeah, it has the potential here to be a classic. It has the potential to be a 4-3, a 3-2 that we've seen between these teams in the Premier League and Champions League in recent seasons with Klopp and Guardiola and their different styles of play. It just seems to mesh into always having good games, right? One way or another. It's very rarely a tight, tense tactical battle. It's just we play this way, you play that way. Let's go at it and shake hands afterwards, and the best team wins, which I love, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. One key battle: Jack Grealish, if he does play on the left wing, against we think James Milner playing at right back because Alexander Arnold's injured. I think I think Grealish is into his groove now. I think,
Oh yeah,
as Palaqueta, he gave him a real tough time in the second half, in particular against Chelsea. Could have scored a couple. I fancy him to have a big game, and I think it helps him now that De Bruyne and Foden are back fit, and
Odin.
opponents have other attacking midfielders to worry about, and Grealish can have a bit more space and a bit more time to operate. Whereas earlier in the season, I think a lot of teams were focused on him specifically and kind of just pushed him out in games. But yeah, it's going to be a good one, right? Any other key battles you see in Man City, Liverpool?
That's a loaded question. I feel for some reason, I'm just going to say this out loud. I may turn out to be foolish. For some reason in my head, this is the sort of game. The James Milner of Man City might be Kyle Walker. He's been around a while. I don't remember the last time I said, man, Walker was terrible. He's just become this sort of steady piece, not unlike Milner, less versatile, obviously. Milner, you can play
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
anywhere. But I like Kyle Walker here. I think he's been in every situation on earth. Like
yeah.
if you pick out a club. So he's big. Grealish to me remains when we used to talk about Sane. at the left wing and how Man City would run through him. Grealish is like Sane, but almost on another level. Grealish is due for maybe over the next month, definitely by the festive season, because there are so many games. People are going to recognize why City paid what they did for him.
Yeah, and De Bruyne and Foden, like I said, Bernardo Silva, so many great attacking players, but Liverpool, again, so many great attacking players. So it's going to be a good one. At Anfield, head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com. We'll keep you updated with all the latest news ahead of that game, how to watch it, stream links, team news, injury news. I'll be there at Anfield providing live analysis and reactions. It's going to be a good one, Nick. It's going to be a good one, right? We're going to have all angles covered on that one. And two title contenders colliding. And Chelsea and Man United, I think, will maybe be watching this one and thinking maybe we aren't as good as we thought we were, because early in the season, Liverpool, Man City have been absolutely exceptional.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series, and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches, and much more.